Welcome in. We're episode 207 this week. How is it going? I guess I'll need to get a little closer here. Hopefully everybody's having a great day and evening here on after Labor Day. Hopefully most people didn't have to labor yesterday. So anyway, but hopefully you guys are having a great day. I'm going to mute my phone. Forgot to do that before we went live. And yeah, so pretty good weekend and episode. Of course, don't forget we are streaming this live. Or not live, we're streaming it, and we will record it live, but it's going to go as a podcast, your favorite podcasting platforms and everything, so you can see it there. And yeah, so we'll have some fun with today. We're going to talk a little bit about Bronco Supercell, and I know we're talking a lot of Bronco stuff and a lot of Maverick and such, but it's what's in the news right now. There's not really any news on any other model, and Bronco enthusiasts and Bronco groups, you keep events going and that's Ford actually calls several models their enthusiast models, and that's your Mustang and that's your Bronco and that's your Maverick. Those are the community. Those are the ones that are creating communities and such. And so that's why you see a lot of stuff going on with that. And that's why a lot of times you'll see special things. They always got to keep that refreshing and doing more. Right now, we don't have to see much else going on. So that's what we're talking about. So anyway, whatever's in the news, we always talk about what's in the news or whatever's going on. So anyway. All right. How was your weekend? Labor Day weekend.
It was good. We went to an apple orchard.
Yeah.
We got to pick some apples. We picked a whole bushel.
Yeah.
So.
And inherited a dog, I heard.
Yep. We had a nice little fur guest.
Yeah.
He's still at the house.
Yeah. We'll see if he's a long-term resident or not. We'll see how
the boys want to keep him.
Yeah. So, yeah, doing well.
Got
so
pictures of him.
So our dog that's at our house. You guys grew up with that dog and everything, and he's
childhood pet.
Yes, we've had him. He's probably 15 years old. So yes. So yeah,
we got him a year before I went to my freshman year. So. I think we got him in 2011, 2010.
Yeah.
If we got him in 2010, then he would be 15 years old.
Did we have him at the Blakemore house?
Yes. I remember. I vividly remember that.
So we moved into that house in 2011, our new house. So current house.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so that went okay. And apple orchard and got some apples.
Yep.
Okay. Don't know if I'm supposed to tell you, but you're going to be getting some peaches too.
Yes.
So,
Colorado peaches. You're getting some apples.
Good trade-off.
Yes.
Anyway, but yeah, we went to Colorado. So, it's just a little 8-hour drive for us. And it's getting quicker and quicker. So because we're doing less stops on the way. So, going out, do different, stops and everything else. This last time was pretty good with bathroom break back on the road. It was crazy how much fuel consumption happens when you're pulling something,
right?
Or you're having that just, the trailer itself just creates, some wind resistance there. So we barely on this trip, we filled up before we left. We didn't get to Colby all the way. And we had to gas up already. And so that's about a 2.5 hour drive, about 200 miles to Colby. And then we usually get gas in Lyman, and not necessarily that we need it, but that way we can usually get from Lyman to Colorado Springs with the trailer. So on the way back though, I left the trailer there because we're going back in a couple days. We're going to talk about that. So I left it there. Brian's going to take it over to my campsite on Wednesday and have it sitting there for me, which is nice. So we just had the Bronco on the way back. So we filled it up in Buena Vista. And by the way, that's the correct spelling of that is pronunciation, I should say. It looks like Buena. Now I can't even say it the wrong way. Buena Vista. If you look at the locals, look it up. It's Buena Vista. Anyway, so we left there with a full tank, and we got to Lyman where we normally would gas up, and we're like, I still have a half a tank.
Yeah.
How far is Colby from Lyman? 40 miles. It says we're 200. Let's go for it. So we got all the way to Colby on one tank, and then we got back from Colby on a tank with about 50 miles left. It just gone off. So I'm like, wow, that is huge difference. And I went faster coming back. We were going about 84. Yes, I was speeding. We were going about 84. We wanted to get back. Barb get ready for school. You know, and on the way there, we were going about 80 with the campers. That does make a difference too. If I want to get to Colby, I have to almost go 75 to get there. And that goes to show you, I've kind of learned a lot that fuel consumption, range, you need to look at range anymore and not necessarily how much you have in your tank, because a lot of people say that about electric vehicles. Well, they don't have this much range or whatever. Every vehicle gets affected. Even a gas vehicle gets affected by that. So how far I can go, or my range with the gas vehicle, gets affected by how fast I go and what I'm pulling as well, just like an electric vehicle does.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I learned a little bit about that, driving an electric vehicle and how that range gets affected, and how the how fast you go gets affects that. So anyway, but yeah, we're looking forward to going back tomorrow. We're heading back out to Colorado. So anyway, you might ask why I just didn't stay there. Well, Barb had to work, so she wanted to have a couple days of off-roading, and we're going to actually show you some of the clips from this weekend, but mainly later. It's because we're going to show you the drive that I'm going to lead, which is not really being announced. I really don't want a big group, to be honest. I don't want more than 6 Broncos. So I don't want to like advertise it necessarily of, hey, this is going to be the best ride or the best drive or anything, but just to kind of let people know if they're coming, what to expect more than anything, because there is some narrow sections. So I want to show some people the clips of some of the narrow sections and what it looks like and what it's going to look like at the top, and some other things like that. So if they want to come along, they can, but I don't want a big group. So I might even limit it. I might say, oh, we're sorry, but we're kind of at our cap or whatever.
Yeah.
Just because, there's a lot of liability there. So anyway, and I'm not just a group of just one person going out. So last year was pretty fun. It was just a couple of us, but anyway, but we'll show that off, and I'll show you some of those clips and everything, but looking forward to that. And then of course, coming back, I said, well, if we come back on Memorial Day, then I can do the live stream, and then we'll head out Wednesday. So we'll get there Wednesday night and see you guys at the event, whoever's going to be there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Of course, probably not much Thursday, Friday, because we'll be off-roading. So Jeff's coming along, has never gone.
Yeah.
And he's been off-roading once. So he's got a chance to drive. He went to off-road.
Sounds like he's going to be doing more driving this time.
He'll probably drive most. I mean, I don't know if he'll do all of Tin Cup, but most of it. And then the drive that we're going to do Friday, I'll probably drive up.
Yeah.
But he, in one section, depends on if we do the hard section or not, the technical section. If we do that, he'll need to drive that so I can spot him down. But anyway. Yeah, it'll be fun. So looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting out there. It's so fun. And it's getting to where now, like I said, we can get there in really 8 hours. Into Buena Vista, we can get there in about 8.5. I think Google says 8 hours. And this trip back, it took us an hour, 8.5 hours. So it was 30 minutes of stopping for gas and then lunch. We had to wait because they were a little busy. But we ate in the car, but still had to get out and order and everything. But so we'll see. But going there, you get to save an hour.
Yeah.
You get an hour back, but coming back, you lose an hour. But anyway, so that's fun.
So our little jaunt to the orchard took as much time as it took you to drive to Buena Vista. Our entire trip.
So where's the orchard? How far away was it?
2 hours and 20 minutes.
Okay.
So it's just before the major part of Kansas City, Kansas.
Okay.
Its address is actually 135th Street, Kansas City, Kansas.
She did that in a day. You went down and did that and came back?
Yep.
Okay.
In fact, picking a bushel of apples we thought would take longer only took us and our boys less than an hour.
Yeah.
They, of course, had to wait for the hayrack ride.
Yeah. Well, I'm somewhere where I think it's the state of Oregon or something, one of the states where now they're stopping some of these places like this. They call them agricultural, I can't remember what they called them, but where they're actually shutting them down and not allowing them to be open and such. And so I'm like, oh, that's not cool. Like the pumpkin patches, and they do the hayrack rides and stuff like that.
Okay, that's half of Kansas's things to do.
There's a petition like in that state or something where they're trying to petition it so that they don't shut it down or whatever. But
okay.
Anyway,
so the state's trying to shut it down.
Yeah. So
that's not right.
Yeah. So for someone, some of it, it's also you lose out. And for some people like that, we look forward to that every fall, right?
Going to
do the pumpkin patch or go
and now
to
the orchard. We weren't going to the orchard and now we are. And we absolutely love it. We're going to go a second time this year.
Right. that's a seasonal thing. So anyway, it's kind of like some towns that, some that like I'm actually never really wanted to do it before, but I'm really wanting to go to maybe in, December, go to like Colorado, some of those little towns for how they celebrate Christmas, and go to and do something like that one weekend. I think it'd be fun.
When the price of apples is $5 to $6 for 2 pounds, and you can buy 40 pounds of apples for $59.
Yeah.
That's a deal.
So Alan's in Oregon.
Yes, he is.
And he said they tried, but didn't happen. Too much pushback. That's awesome. That's good, because that's where I thought I saw somebody posted something about that.
Like wineries and places like that are also like joining cherry picking and pear picking and things like that. So not only are they a winery, but now they're adding in things to do there that's agriculturally beneficial.
Yep. Douglas said, too many Karens out there ruining life as we know it. So true. Anyway, all right. But yeah, so we'll but all right. So let's see. I actually got my the page up over here, so I don't forget things. So don't forget too, if you're kind of new to the channel, when you get over here to the media assets here. If you're new to our live stream or to our videos and such, this is kind of I kind of say our podcast is more like a talk show in a sense. Well, we just kind of talk about what we want, and then things come up. We cover some of the news, but we have conversations and have fun.
It started, we would kind of talk about our weekends. Yeah. It started with, we were doing our informational segment, and people would come in partway through and go, did I miss this? And they had. So we kind of talk for 15, 20 minutes at the beginning to let people come in and join us before we get into the part that they are looking for, which that segment is now later, a different video.
That's all right. But I remind people too that on our YouTube channel, we have a lot of different videos. So if you're looking for videos on certain subjects or whatever, like we'll have the title of it, Bronco Super Celebration. That won't be the only thing we do in this video. But a lot of times we'll have separate videos that cover that.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times we'll cover things like I'll cover something tonight, some news that we'll cover on a Maverick Monday next week. So there's always going to be a video on a lot of these things anyway on top of that. But anyway, if you do hopefully enjoy this and you're new, do check out our other videos. Go to our channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. That way you get notified when we do have videos that go live. And also we do have membership available. So you can hit that join button. And there's 2 different tier levels there. The crew, McArthur crew, is $4.99, and we'll talk about the things you get. And there's a coffee time tier that's about $3 more. That gets almost a daily video from me. And then you can find all that stuff under the membership tab. Now, if you've subscribed to the basic one and want to upgrade to the coffee time, go to the membership tab, hit that upgrade, and then hit the coffee time, and then you can upgrade to that tier. And then of course you can find all the membership information under that membership tab. Too. So, and then, what we usually have that we do each week is usually a lot walk on Thursdays. We'll do a, live stream. You guys did a live stream, and actually some of the members came in. I tried to jump in while we were driving, and something glitched with my phone, and I figured out at the time we were in like Quinter, where there's no internet access. So that was it. So anyway, I had to reset my phone just so I could get my Google and my Android Auto to work, so we can keep going on our drive. But so I ducked out, but and I haven't had a chance to go back and watch it yet. But did you guys have fun?
We did. At some point, if you go back and watch it, Ragnar Khan joined us, and he's like, all right, I gotta show you all. And so we started talking. He had all these Bronco toys and models and whatnot, so he started holding those up and showing, and then everyone else joined in. So I joined in, so all my little cars were sitting over here. They're going to be like, Tim's going to watch this later and wonder why we're talking about toys.
Hey, I got them over there on my wall. I got all kinds of cars.
Yeah.
I collect stickers.
So I didn't arrange a topic per se. I didn't really have a plan for it except to just talk to people. So it was pretty good. We got talking about Mustang and a couple of other things, people's dream cars.
Yeah.
We had some fun.
So that might be a regular thing then when we do this. Now, this week we will not have a member live stream because Jeff and I will both be gone, and someone needs to picture cars from 4 to 5 on the very last hour of the day before the weekend. So we kind of need Sarah to do that. So we will not have a live stream. We did think about Jeff and I doing one from Colorado.
Yeah.
But if we were going to go out on the trail that day, we don't know how early it would be, and it would be probably more of an evening live stream if we did. But so we may not do that, but maybe Saturday morning or something. I don't know from there. So we are going to have a booth. Pretty much we'll cover. Well, I'll get into that later. We'll talk about that later. But I do have, by the way, I do have a patch for you. Or a sticker for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we went to Taylor Park area. Okay. And over there, of course, there's several different trails that go from that area. And so I noticed on the sticker that you've been to 3 of the 4.
Oh my gosh.
So I got the sticker because the last time we went to Colorado, which was in the pre-stream,
I think, you've
done Hancock Pass, Tin Cup, and Flag Mountain. So those are the 3 that we did when we went the last time. So
now next time I go with you, I need to go through Taylor Pass.
Yeah, I've heard that one could be a little technical, but Taylor Pass will take you along from Taylor Reservoir up Taylor Pass. It takes you up towards Aspen.
Okay.
So, which could be a fun drive, but anyway, it's more of an out and back type of trail. But
that is awesome.
But there you go. I go for myself. I'm like, oh, Sarah, like one of these.
So, speak of him and he appears. RagnarCon.
We just got to do it 3 times. It happens every week. Every week. I think that he doesn't even comment, waiting for his name to be said. See if they can see if they say my name.
By the way, new member Brian S. Welcome.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, welcome.
Want to shout him out?
I think. I mean, there are a lot of people that have joined the membership. I think you'll like. I think we do quite a bit for our members in a way of videos and content and such. So I think you'll like that. And yeah. So a lot of times on our member live stream, we'll talk about things and come up with some ideas and all that. But anyway, I did get a patch though while I was gone from. If you guys do Bronco or Maverick sticker swaps, patch swaps. So this is Sassy and Brandy from North Carolina. So this is theirs. And it looks like they got some cool graphics on theirs. I don't know if you can see through that or not, but they do have some pretty cool graphics. They got a little postcard to go along, which is pretty cool. Some of the different places they've been, but they have some pretty cool graphics. So, and speaking of graphics, see if I can get it pulled up. I think I have an image of it here of this. Let's see if I can. Oh, wait, I need to do this first. Where is it? Oh, no. Let me find it. Here it is. Do I have it? I downloaded the picture, but I don't have it in here. Oh, well. You'll see it in the videos later. But we have some graphics on the Bronco now. So anyway. Oh. No, can't see that picture. I don't know what I do with them. Anyway.
I downloaded it to my phone.
Yeah, I had them here. Anyway, we got some new graphics. Check out my video I did yesterday on my personal channel. Went live yesterday. I have the graphics on there. But anyway, so we were pretty happy about them. So they're pretty cool. Got a lot of compliments on them too. So anyway. But all right. There you go. There's that. So anyway. All right. What else we got? Oh, another thing we do for our member shout outs.
Mm-hmm.
Are we ready for that?
Yes.
Let me get the right clip here. There you go.
All right. We are going to start off with Ridgeview, our wonderful moderator. He keeps our chat going and welcomes everyone in for us.
Mm-hmm. And helps us with anybody that's not being nice to each other.
Yep. He sure does. All right, we got Ford Enthusiast. Hello, everyone. We have Rob Hallmark. Good evening from colorful Colorado. We have Mike M. Finished golf just as lightning bolts hit. Home now, settled in to listen to Tim. Hello, all. Hope you have a great week. Been here for almost 4 years.
Wow.
45 months.
That's cool.
We have Rushman. Good evening, all. Ghostang. Good evening. Ronald Smith, good evening to everyone on the live chat. Mid-Coast, Maine. Mike 52G. Hello. We have Douglas. Let's get rowdy tonight. Apple cider is in my cup. He's got the alcoholic kind.
Yeah.
We have Rob. 9 hours yesterday and 6 hours today for his drive to Colorado.
Oh, wow. See, yeah. That's those ones when it takes 2 days to get there. Tennessee's like that for us. We can't do it all one day. I'm usually capped at about 8 to 9. I mean, like The drive over to Taylor Park was ended up being 9 hours. That wasn't so bad, but I was about done at the point. So yeah.
I have to remind Lebo that not everyone can go 22 hours straight driving.
Yeah.
All right, we have Alan a bit late, but here. Hello, everyone. We have Alan. We have a cool island here. The corn maze and pumpkin patch is at, called Suvi's Island. Okay, we need to go there some year for fall.
Yeah.
Let's make a trip out there. I'm sure it's gorgeous up there.
Yeah.
All right, we have Vols 44. The coffee time subscription benefits are very informative. Tim reveals things to his coffee time subscribers before they appear on regularly scheduled streams. His insight is well worth the time and investment.
Yep. So I didn't do one yesterday. It was travel day.
How dare you?
And I didn't do one today either.
How dare you?
I know. I got busy this morning. I was downloading some of the video footage and everything.
Yeah.
Getting ready to leave.
So we have Richview again, and he said picking apples is one of his favorite outdoors activities. We need to take the boys up to Maine.
Yeah.
Go apple picking in Maine.
They said they have Macintosh apples.
Yeah.
Did I see that? Is that what it said?
Yes. All right. And then Vols was asking, it's been a while. Do we have more than 300 members? We've actually dwindled down in our member count, but that's okay.
Yep. I always say it's like a family.
Yep.
I think we're probably close to 150 or so members. But yeah, so I think a long time there for a while, we had members because they thought they needed to be members to get updated on their order.
Mm-hmm.
And they can do that anytime with their salesperson. But so we did that. And so I think that once the Maverick mania went on and everybody got their Mavericks, I think a lot of the membership dropped off. So anyway, but that's all right. Small group, and we enjoy every single one of them. So appreciate it. It's really, to me, I when membership opened up, we were like, oh, we can do membership now. Because back when we did it, at that time you had to hit 30,000 subscribers to be able to have membership. And now it's like 1,000. It's like I have membership on my other channel if I wanted it, but it's more or less, it's a community to me. It was more like, okay, I don't want to do membership unless I have a purpose and a reason behind doing it. And I'm like, it's a great way for me to engage and provide something extra for people, kind of like a lot of people will use, not Discord. What's the other one? They'll use one out there that it's a great way to do that. They have the different tier levels they can do. I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, Patreon. Yes. A lot of people use Patreon the same way, where they have different tier levels for different members. But anyway, we do enjoy and value our members. We really appreciate them. So, but yeah, coffee time. Usually I will tell you, coffee time is me just grabbing a phone, not knowing what I'm going to talk about, and just things come out.
Literally.
And it's just, there's no like intro or anything. I hit that play button. I go, okay, I'm drinking my coffee today. And then I start talking about maybe something that happened last night, and it's more personal sometimes. And then, hey, here's what's the plan today. And yeah, sometimes it is things that are on my mind. There's something that Coffee Time members will probably hear about here shortly with, that I feel like I was wronged. So from Ford Performance. So I probably won't buy a Ford Performance part for a while, but after just a bad taste in my mouth. But I don't know if haven't decided yet if I'm going to do a public video, but anyway, we'll see. But I mean, it's partially my fault, but that'll be things that I vent about with them and not everybody else. Cause sometimes it's venting, but I want to stay as much positive as I can about it. And so.
But sometimes it's nice to get that little input from a few people. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I don't have the ProCal right now. Probably won't get it. Anyway, okay, moving on. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, ready for scheduling? Anything else there?
I started one. Why did I start? Oh, McLovin Garage.
Yeah.
I visited his local dealer today in Oregon about his 25 Maverick order. It was priority 19. He's betting it's not going to get built and he'll have to reorder for 26. But he wanted to say thank you for all of the information that we provide.
Yeah, 25 for the most part is done. They're not scheduled this week. And this is, I think, the last week before we move into next week's scheduling should be for those November build production dates. They're not going to build a 25 Maverick in November. So this is pretty much it. So anyway, so we'll see. Yeah. So at this point, and usually there's most of the models. Let's just go into this because that's kind of goes right hand in hand with scheduling recap. Unless you have something else.
Nope, we're good.
All right, so let's go right into some of the scheduling. Now we do a scheduling video. It goes live earlier, so I covered some of this. So I like to say it's a recap. But a lot of plants aren't scheduled this week when some are. So there are really only 3 plants that will schedule weekly, and they don't schedule most of their stuff at the beginning. And that's Super Duty, F-150, and Transit. And that is because those are vehicle lines that you see a lot more fleet companies needing to get a vehicle scheduled and get it produced. And so a lot of times those ones as well won't always schedule 2 months in advance. They'll schedule about a month and a half or just a month. I've seen some people with the Super Duty that got scheduled 1 week for just a month out instead of like 2 months like the other ones. And so with those models, they won't schedule a dealer's all of their allocations at one time. Now all the other ones though, Mustang, Escape, well, not longer for Escape, Bronco, Explorer, Expedition, Maverick, a lot of those aren't Ranger. They're not scheduled this week because they'd already scheduled out most of their October production dates already. And so they don't need to schedule because they don't have any open availability or any other production available to schedule because they've scheduled every bit of their capacity. So they will schedule, hey, we can do this many hybrids, this many XL, this many XLTs, and they will schedule it that way. And then they'll go that route. And then once they're full, they're done. They don't need to schedule anymore. But they do, like Bronco Sport is doing cleanup scheduling, because what will happen is if a dealer has an allocation that doesn't get used yet, they want to make sure that doesn't get, that they fulfill, because it's their obligation to fulfill a dealer's allocations if they earned it and were rewarded those allocations. It's their job to make sure that they schedule the vehicles with those allocations, right? Because those dealers are planning on those numbers. Like right now, we look at that and go, okay, we know that based on what our allocation is for October build dates, we're expecting these vehicles are going to be built this month, and we're going to see them the month after. When we talk about sales volume and our sales tracking, we're assuming we're going to see those vehicles. And so that they want to fulfill that because they know dealers are counting on them to fulfill the production and the shipment of those vehicles so they can sell them and continue to make vehicles or to sell vehicles. But a lot of times on those other models, they will schedule, like usually they'll do retail scheduling. Like next week will be the first week for September's allocations that dealers earned to be used in those November production dates. So because of that, this week is like the last week going into it. It happens every month. They usually don't schedule anything. Same way with the Maverick is basically it was balance out. This last month was balance out. So a dealer would have needed allocations. Now for us, we had like 19 or 20 allocations, I think, for Maverick. And we only had like 5 retail orders. So like the first week, we only had 5 of our allocations used. The second week, they were looking for more retails and we didn't have any. So they scheduled a few stocks, but did leave some there. They didn't schedule them all just in case we got another retail order another week. They wanted to give another chance for that. And they don't always do that. A lot of times they'll go retail first week, the next week, retail and stock. And then they fulfill usually by the second, definitely by the third week, they've used all the allocations for almost every model, with the exception of, like I said, F-150, Super Duty, and Transit for the most part. So that's usually how it goes. That's why this week, not really a lot going on except for F-150, Super Duty, and Transit. And Bronco Sport, like I said, if a dealer has an allocation, it's going to be pretty rare that they will, but it could happen. But anyway, that's kind of how that goes. But some of the models to kind of take note of, I mean, just kind of going forward, Escape starting next week, they're going to be scheduling for the last month of production for the Escape. So Escape is pretty much done producing vehicles as of like December 1st. So November is like their balance out for production at that plant for an Escape period. Then they're going to move on to a different model, right? And an EV there. Bronco Sport, still, haven't heard whether or not how far they're going to go. They normally go along with Maverick, but they're not. I've noticed that because Maverick's startup scheduling starts next week for 26 production in November, when Bronco Sport will be scheduling for 25 model year in November at that plant. So they're going to be building 25 Bronco Sports along with 26 Mavericks at Hermosillo. Bronco and Ranger, they're going together. Of course, they're going to next month. It'll continue because we're talking about October production. The order bank won't even open until October for 26, and we're probably going to be looking at January 1 startup, would be my assumption, or late December. Explorer, Expedition also, along with Maverick, is going to do startup scheduling next week for 26 model year. So, and that's going to be for mid-November. So they're only going to schedule for a couple of weeks because they're not going to start production until mid-November. And they balanced out this last month with a six week scheduling. So they kind of crossed over into a month. Like I said, Maverick will be start up in 26. Super Dude's been going for a while. 25 F-150 November will be balance out for Kansas City. Well, balance out for both Kansas City and Dearborn. Dearborn's going to schedule for 7 weeks, so they're actually going to schedule into the December. And Kansas City is going to cut short right around Thanksgiving, I think, for production. So Kansas City will actually start 26 model year early, but they won't schedule that for another month. And then let's see what else. Transit's going 26. So there's kind of an overview of kind of what's going on with scheduling for those. So there you go. All right. Any questions regarding any of that?
Can the 2026 Expedition be ordered / bought with the X plan?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
I mean, that's like the second time somebody's asked that on Expedition, but I mean,
I think it's because you couldn't get the A plan during the special pricing that they had.
I got A plan on our Expedition. 25.
You did, but when they had the special A plan,
because employee pricing.
Got employee pricing.
Except Expedition was excluded from the A plan deal for the employee pricing.
So I think,
but that was a promo pricing deal.
But I think that's where that confusion has come in. They're wondering if Expedition is completely cut out, or if it was just that promotion.
No, it was just during employee pricing. So if you had an A plan pin, you still used it. You just not everybody got it, right? So back when some of those models, it was like everybody got employee pricing. But if you were A plan, you still got employee pricing. It didn't change. So, and that's why I looked at it when that was happening. I was like, well, if Expedition gets employee pricing, I don't have to use a pin number.
Right.
I get another pin and I'll just get employee pricing. But it actually wasn't. So then I did have to use my pin for the Expedition. So yeah, X plan and all that, they work on Expedition. So yeah. That makes sense of why they would think that, though. I didn't think about it that way.
See, that's why I'm here.
Right.
To think like the customer.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah, that's all I have on that topic.
Okay. All right. I have some dealer news. Not a lot, but today some stuff popped up. So we're going to cover some things in here. All right. So Ford did put something out, actually August 28th, about the 3D or 30D clean vehicle tax credit eligibility. So there were some F-150 Lightnings that said that they weren't shown to qualify. So it says Ford has received U.S. Department of Energy approval to expand our allotment of eligible extended range F-150 Lightning vehicles. All eligible VINs affected by this approval have now been updated to the IRS Energy Credits online portal and into Smart Vincent 32652. So not all F-150 Lightnings available at a dealer would qualify for it. Only certain ones. It's VIN specific. So the dealer would have to check it and find out if it does. Now, keep in mind, this only lasts until September 30th, and then we're done. So we have one more month this month left. So if you're looking for an F-150 Lightning extended range, there are some dealers that you can get it, but it is only available through this month, and then that program is gonzo. All right, something else that came out: the F-150 Dark Trail package is available.
Oh,
so
that's right.
That came available this weekend. Actually came available when I left. I was like, oh, that's great. But this package here, I need my glasses. Now, for people who don't know, the Ford Custom Garage packages, we've been seeing them on the Bronco. We actually showed them and talked about them, and when we went to SEMA last November, there were several of them that were showcased there. We did videos on it, and we've gotten some on Broncos. But now this is the first one available on the F-150. And it's a Ford Custom Garage package. Basically, can be ordered from the dealer, and they can put it on the vehicle for you. And so this in here, actually, let me pull this up because I actually do have some screenshots of this. Maybe. Here we go. So there is this package right here. So it's a dark trail package. Looks what it looks like on F-150. It says that it's available to be put on an STX, an XLT, but on the XLT it says requires black appearance package or the black appearance package plus. Lariat requires black appearance package as well. So, oh wait, this says it can be added to any new or unscheduled. So, this is saying when you order it, like we did with that one that we have in the Bronco we have in stock. So if you want to put it on a vehicle that you want to order, it can be put on that vehicle. Let me go back and read the summary here. Ford Performance Parts and Accessories is pleased to announce the release of the Ford Custom Garage Package 21 to 25 model year. So it can be put on one that's currently that somebody's driving. The F-150 Dark Trail package you're seeing right there on the screen. This package offers exterior design elements as well as a Ford Performance Part off-road suspension kit designed to appeal to a range of customer or consumer preferences. It provides an enhanced styling at a competitive price point while maintaining the assurance of a 3-year, 36,000-mile Ford warranty from the new vehicle in-service date, which does not void the standard new vehicle warranty. So if you're putting this on one that you have and that you already have that where you're putting on it, then it does not. It would cover whatever your warranty is. So it's saying here, but all trim series. But if you do want to order it on a vehicle, you can go ahead and order the vehicle and put the package on there, like you can a Bronco right now. So, but it does, like I said, available on STX, XLT Black Appearance Package, or Lariat Black Appearance Package. All trim series require 4x4 and Super Crew configuration. So, please note this package is not compatible with the 3.5 hybrid and the Power Boost. The 3.0 diesel engine, if you're getting it on your own vehicle, the heavy-duty payload package, the dynamic suspension, Tremor, Raptor, and F-150 Lightning. So not available on any of those. You can't put it on those vehicles. So this does include, if you go down, I actually have that information here. Kind of goes over what some of that things includes. So available, actually saying it's available in XL, which doesn't mention in here. I think for ordering, it's different than putting it on a vehicle. So you can put it on any XL, XLT, STX, F-150, or Lariat, right? And it does say it has to be a 4x4 Super Crew with a 5 or 6. So you can put it on a lot of times you can't get, certain things on a long bed that allows you to do that. But it kind of goes through that. But there's what you get. You're getting the matte black 18 by 7.5 inch wheel kit right there. Getting that. You're getting the black lug nuts, which you have to have black lug nuts on a black wheel. The Ford Performance off-road suspension kit. You're seeing it right there. So you do have that external reservoir right there, which is pretty cool. And then unique Dark Trail side graphics. That's what that looks like on the side. It says Dark Trail. There you go. And then you get that. The rocker panel arrow shield delete. So not sure what that is. Anyway, it's right here. Oh, so down there where it kind of comes down, it deletes that comes down, that shield. Okay, that's cool. And then also you get the ProCal tool. And that's for recalibration only, not for any kind of performance upgrade. And it's parts MSRP is $33.50 on that. Kind of see what that looks like. So then you get the package. If you want to put it on your current vehicle, you get the package and you pay for the dealership to add it to the vehicle. Now you notice it doesn't include tires, right? It didn't mention tires. So you'd have to add some tires to it. So you might figure in it's going to cost you for tires, but then it would be covered under 3 or 36 or match your current warranty. So, and it's 2 different part numbers for some reason. Okay. 24 and 25 is one part number, M F-150 W7. And on a 21 to 23 model year, it's an M1 F-150 W8. Same price on either one, but there you go. And then, of course, if you want to, I think you can order that with your, if you want to order a vehicle through the factory, then you could do that and have the vehicle that put on I haven't checked to see. I haven't tried that out yet, but there you go. That's pretty cool. So there's that. And then also there is price increases, and I haven't looked at this up, but Ford had mentioned there's some price increases on this. So starting as effective today, there's been price increases, and it actually says it's on multiple vehicles. So it says to check your price list.
Yeah.
But it doesn't tell you what's gone up on each of the different vehicles. So I haven't gone through them. I have downloaded the price list, but I haven't had a chance to be able to compare them before and after the new price list. But these are the vehicles that had a new price. Some of these are a new price level, which usually means that's the trim level or whatever the base trim level went up. Some of them, it's some options. So 25 Expedition, F-150, F-150 Lightning, 25 Ranger, 25 Bronco and Bronco Sport, 26 model year Escape and Explorer, and 26 Super Duty had some price increases. So, but if you already had one on order and locked in, COV verified before September, on or before September 1st, then you should not see the price increase. Make sure your dealer doesn't do that. Yeah, we've talked about that in the past before. So anyway. All right. And then something else, I got an email back from the brand manager. He was actually on vacation for the Maverick, and we have some answers on a few things that I've been asking about. There are some of you guys have. So when I did the videos, and I know somebody said thanks for the videos on the Maverick earlier.
Yeah.
So we did the videos on the Maverick. The XLT rear seat changed, and they did away with the rear seat that lays down with the cup holders, the armrest of the cup holders. They removed it in the XLT, and it mentions the Fit Kit cup holders. What it doesn't mention is when you go to the Lariat or Lobo, it doesn't mention, because usually you take the equipment from the previous trim level and you add these features. So on the Lariat and on the Lobo, it takes XLT features, and then these are the differences. Well, it doesn't mention anything about the back armrest.
Right.
So I asked about that, and he said, actually, the only one that changes is the XLT. So Lariat, Lobo, and Trimmer will still have the armrest with the cup holders. But that is something that they said they probably need to add to the order guide. I said, that might be something to add there, because usually you're looking for an upgrade. And since what the XLT got was a no armrest, the assumption is by dealers that those wouldn't get it as well, and which is what I didn't know in the video. Yeah. The other thing was I wasn't sure on the tire size on the 19-inch wheel because it wasn't listed, and I did get that, and I don't have it here. I forgot. So that was a reply back. Also, the window switch functionality did change across all trims. So I noticed Lariat and Trimmer, it was one touch for all windows last year. This year it is not. So it's only one touch down for the driver's window for all Maverick XLT and above.
Right.
So that is a change across the board. So if you're used to your Lariat with the one touch up and down feature for all four windows, that has gone away. On Lariat, you only get the one touch down, just like the XLT gets. Also, the LED box lighting in the 400-watt Pro Power on board in the back. I noticed in the order guide, it said that you get a cubby on both the driver's side and passenger side. And I said, well, are you sure? Because I thought the driver's side got the LED light with the outlet, and that would be in place of the cubby, would it not? And that was something they were like, oh, you're right. So we'll correct that in the order guide. So I'm helping them out here. I'm helping them out. Also, engine block heaters unavailable for any 2.0 engine until likely job 2. And we knew that on the Bronco Sport. They said the engine block heater would not be available until like January. So that is why I noticed that the engine block heater option would have been removed on the Trimmer, but it wasn't removed on the others because you can get hybrid. Right. So engine block heater is available on the hybrid, but not on, well, he says hybrid can still add it though. So hybrid can still get it. So the reason that I saw it on that and I didn't see it on Lobo and Trimmer was because you can't get it right now. So they just went ahead and omitted it, which is great that they thought that through and said, since it's not available, let's just take it off the order guide until the job 2 order guide, and then we'll add it on.
Right.
So that was smart on their part. So anyway, so there you go. That's the Insta and stuff. And then I'll talk about that. That'll make that a Maverick Monday next week, and we'll cover that and for that video. And then order guide updates, Expedition. A lot of times at the beginning of every month, they'll do some change to the order guide on some of these. And on the Expedition, they did make some changes to the order guide because they want to make sure everybody knew this, because it was there, but they just didn't have it in the order guide. And that's some of the corrections they have to make. And one of them was that they added the integrated trailer brake controller to the active standard equipment page, because that way the two-wheel drives will have that feature. I noticed it in the 26 order guide.
Yeah.
Which threw me off because it wasn't in the 25. So I'm glad that they did add that in there. Of course, if you get any 4x4, 4x4s they include the heavy duty trailer tow package, which it gets it. But they want to make sure even the two-wheel drives knew that you're going to get the integrated trailer brake controller to those two-wheel drives on the active trim. Also, this says they revised the wording on a couple things. So there's a DIO cargo area platform cover. They're changing the wording to cargo area protector, include second and third row seat backs. And then on the cargo protection package, they're changing that to cargo area protector includes third row seat back. I noticed that on 26 model year, and I'm like, okay, this is different than it was. There's no package like there was in 25. They went ahead, since they liked the wording on it for 26, they went and changed it to the order guide for 25. So that was an update to that as well. So there you go. All right. Any questions regarding any of those updates?
No.
All right. Well, then we'll keep moving on. We got recalls, just a few, and I like to do these recalls just to keep people on the information, what's going on everything, and in the know on that. All right. This first one is for 24. It does say the 26 model year Ranger because they're probably doing pre-production MP1 right now for the Ranger. This is an advance notice for a compliance recall 25C41. This is a side curtain airbag shield installation. 98,441 vehicles are affected by this. And it does say in here the dates. So 24 to 25 model year, it's December 9th of 22 through July 29th of 25. And for 26 model year, you can tell it's that they're testing it July 21st through July 25th. So for 4 days, they were basically running some vehicles through for 26 model years to make sure they were going to be good and everything. So they built a few 26 model year Rangers already. Again, these are probably ones that media is going to see or something like that, or car shows or whatever. But anyway, in the affected vehicles may not conform to the requirements specified by the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standards for ejection mitigation. A vehicle that does not comply with this code increases the risk of a injury or in a crash. So that is the side curtain airbag shield. So I think that's what they call that, the airbag that comes down. So anyway, letters said owners of record will be notified via first class mail within 60 days. And they throw that out there because they have to, but basically they're waiting on parts availability. It's at that point. So just hold off, right, and wait. All right, this next one is Compliance Recall 23C36, supplement number 1. This is for 22 model year F-150s equipped with the headlamp control modulars, the LED modular replacement. So I don't know if you guys remember that, but they updated several things. So in this supplement update, they updated the service action, the mobile repair instructions updated to not a mobile service repair. So it's not available with mobile service. Pickup and delivery is available. So they updated the guidelines there. They also asked the repair photo submission requirement was removed on this one. Labor allowances were updated. Parts information was there. Technical instructions were updated. Owner notifications says updated the letter with modular hardware replacement to be mailed, and the owner's manual addendum as well. So anyway, so 19,337 vehicles are affected on this one, and it's vehicles built in 22 model year, both Dearborn and Kansas City. So I won't go through that because that recall is actually a little old, and most of those people know exactly what's going on. It does say that owners' letters are going to be mailed last January. So those owners pretty much know what's going on there. So, all right. Okay, this next one is a harvest program 25H03. Harvest programs are when they want to get some data. So they're asking people to bring their vehicles in so they can get some information so that they can have, good quality vehicles. So on this one here, this is they're looking for 24 to 25 model year Bronco, Bronco Sport, Corsair, Escape, Explorer, Maverick, Mustang, and Ranger vehicles with the 1.5 liter, 2.0 liter, or 2.3 liter engines. This is a spark plug replacement. So this is in effect through February 28th of 2026 with no mileage limit. and 502,543 vehicles. It says, however, no more than 500 vehicles will be selected for this harvest program. So not even though they're all there, they won't select everybody's. So it says Ford Product Development is conducting a harvest program among selected vehicles to examine spark plugs on engines with high levels of pre-injection. Using connected vehicle data, PD Product Development will select up to 500 vehicles exhibiting this condition. The customers may be contacted via an owner letter and requested to visit the dealer for spark plug replacement. They may or may not have a malfunction light and may not exhibit an outward misfire or drivability concerns. Anyway, replacing the specified spark plug may prevent future diagnostic problems or those codes and possible engine damage. So anyway, owner letters are expected to be mailed the week of September 2nd or sooner. That's this week. So there you go. That's all we have. It's usually a little lighter when you have a holiday in there.
Yeah.
Usually they come out like Tuesday, Wednesday. Like tomorrow, there'll probably be some recalls come out. So anyway. All right. So there's that. Any questions? Right. Now, no question. Any questions? Questions. These things go a lot. These videos are a lot shorter when there's no questions.
Right. Is the Hybrid Maverick the only pickup in Ford's lineup that can be flat towed behind an RV?
The hybrids can. Maverick hybrid all-wheel drives.
Is it the only pickup? So can the F-150 hybrid be flat towed?
You'd have to look at the RV. So if you go, you can Google this. You can go whatever model year you have, put in the model year, RV and trailer tow guide. And on there, it tells you not only the capabilities of what a vehicle can tow, conventional, also flat towing information is in there too.
Right. So
if you pull up that guide, you can look it up and see if they are. And it'll tell you if F-150 is included. It'll like eliminate and say, oh, only these vehicles. I can't remember, though, to be honest. I think in some of those, I thought as long as it had your advanced all-wheel drive, like a hybrid or like the Lariats and such, could get it. I think it had to do with more the drivetrain than it is necessarily the motor. And for the Maverick, it happens to be the hybrid because of what's in it or something, what's included. But I don't know. But you can look up and you can see that. But if you look up the RV trailer tow, and you want to do it for the model year you have, right? Because every year could be a little different.
Right.
So, and you look on that too for people that want to tow with their trucks. They need to look that up so they can know what the towing capacity is. Like on the Bronco, I know it's 3,500 pounds based on that RV and tow guide. It's not in the order guide, but it is in the RV tow guide. So,
yep. Also, why did the 26 model year for Escape, if they were going to end production in November?
So that they could have some, because even on Escape, there were a lot of states that couldn't get them. So there's still like those California emission states, they couldn't get an Escape this year. So they didn't include the 50 state emissions available for them. But just to have some more, continue that for people that wanted to, kind of the last, ending.
Give those that didn't know it was leaving at least a little bit of a chance to get one.
Yeah, some of it. I mean, but there's still some states that couldn't. So I don't know. I mean, but it's hard to tell. I mean, I don't know. You'd have to ask Ford. Part of it too is that production in the plant too, right? Certain amount that they wanted to plan for the year, and that got them that. They had to switch over. I don't know. They could have. I don't know why they didn't just. In my opinion, they should have just carried 25 a couple more months and not switched over to 26.
Right.
I mean, because you see that right now. Like, look at Bronco and Ranger. They're going to produce Bronco and Rangers into December. They could have done the same thing on Escape. They could have just kept 25 and just made it a long year and not have it a 26 at all.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's not. I don't know the reasoning. There's got to be a reason behind it. But
yeah,
somebody else that gets paid a lot more than me figures that stuff out. So, although, have you seen that? Did you see the stuff going on with Jim Farley, the little drive that they were doing?
Yeah.
So that was there's some stuff that I get a chance to spend the weekend with some friends of ours that become friends that are in that they do things for Ford, including Jim Farley, and they were there. So they actually did. In fact, I believe Melissa was pretty much she led trail.
Right.
She led there was a group of them. It wasn't just Jim Farley and one. And they weren't, by the way, they weren't just meeting up with people. They weren't just randomly finding people and Bronco people on the trails. It was planned, and it was planned. He didn't actually know. I didn't see everything that he did in there. That was 100%. He had no clue what was happening. People planned it ahead of time, but to meet some people and talk to some people, they asked people to talk to, but it was a planned route and everything else for that. And but there was a lot of things that he hadn't never driven in a Bronco off road, and so there was a lot of things that were eye opening to him, including the 2-door. So I got to tell you guys, there are some people in the community that were there that might have saved the 2-door production for the Bronco. Sounds to me like that was on the fence of going away. And I think they might have saved it for you guys. So if that, we'll see what 26 looks like, but he got his eyes opened on the community, on the 2-door and why the importance of 2-door is to the off-road community.
Yeah.
And so that was enlightening to him as well. And
so Brian changed up his look.
He's got a mustache now.
So I was looking at the pictures and they tagged Brian Clark. I'm like, why are they tagging Brian? He's not even in that picture. Like they're talking to Brian and he's not in the picture. And then like I saw that like Friday or Saturday, and then I look back at it today. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Brian. He totally had me bamboozled.
Yep, he's got a mustache now, but yeah, that was, yep. So, but yeah, no, that was. I think it was a good trip from what I understand, from what I hear, and he learned a lot, and it was good. But it was mainly like supposed to be an overlanding trip. And so they took him on some of those trails, and he had some fun and learned some things. And I kept popping in because they posted some stuff on Instagram, and there was like a post that they had where he was showing off and talking about the different drive modes and all that, and the importance of those drive modes and all, and so and how they are. And then he was talking about the camera and everything, and because he had the camera on, and I'm like, oh, that camera, man, I bet that comes in really. Like putting things in there like I don't know, but I know. And I'm like, yeah, that front camera looks great, man. That'd be a great thing to have on, all your off-road vehicles, this and that. And then they were talking about, engaging the lockers and different stuff. That'd be nice to be able to have that as a standalone option on every Bronco without having to go up to and pay $4,000 for a package. I mean, come on. I don't know. Cause I actually looked, I think a great, buy would be to look and get like a base, right? With just add a rear locker. I just want a base with a rear locker. I'll put my own suspension, wheels, and tires on it at a lot cheaper than a Sasquatch package.
Yeah.
Right. Because I can go, look at the Sasquatch package. I could upgrade, and I could even take the standard base wheels if I wanted to. Add a 35-inch tire
to get you to go to a higher trim level.
That's exactly what Ford said when we were there, because they're all about packaging and selling these packages and these different trim levels, right? And the reason for people to go up, because they don't want to sell the base. They really don't. That is not the moneymaker for them. It's the Badlands. It's these others. But yeah, anyway. Well, like Brian and Melissa, they have a 2-door Badlands. And so, and then the people in front of us, of course, had a strop that went with us. They're actually customers. They bought that strop from us. But I was like,
yeah, I was
telling your mom, I was like, well, they have front cameras, because I thought Brian and Melissa did too. And I was like, you got a front camera? Like, no, we just have a mid package. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot you didn't have to go to Lux on a Badlands. So
I was showing my daycare. I was like, yeah, my mom and dad went out with Brian and Melissa, and then a strop. And she's like, wonder how that was.
Yep. I kind of invited them. So it was supposed to be a meetup with Brian and Melissa and us. And then I also invited when our customers came in, and they were talking about that they couldn't go to Supercell. And I said, well, my wife and I, we're going to go up Labor Day weekend because she can't go either. And then we're going to do some off-roading with them. And they'd gone off-roading with Brian and Melissa last year, because they did the cross mountain drive with where Brian led. And then Melissa took them out and did 10 Cup with them as well. So they got a chance to hang out with them on the trail. And so they were like, oh, that'd be fun. I'm like, yeah, come along. So invite them along. So we had a lot of fun. And so they took theirs on some stuff. So let's pull that up. See if I can get this to work here. Because some of this, there are some videos. So let me see what we got here. Anyway, we are going to be talking about Bronco Supercell, but in the process of that, we're going to talk a little bit about our trip there because we kind of did a pre-run in a sense of the trail that that I'm going to take people on if they want to go on it. So where's my, oh wait, it's this folder down here. There we go. So let's take a look at this. First, let's go ahead and pull up Bronco Supercell and what's going on there. So I do have that right here. Sorry, folks, taking me a little longer to get to this. Don't do this every week. There we go. So there's a schedule. Ooh, that needs to be bigger. It needs to be bigger. If I do this, does it make it bigger? There we go. Okay, so this is on Bronco Driver Magazine. That's who's running this event, and that's so we're talking Super Celebration Colorado. If you don't know, it's going on September 3rd through the 6th. So tomorrow's when it starts. A lot of people drove up and already there, including Rob, who's in here, I think. And so that's going on. And so it's a great event. Costs $100 to get per Bronco to get into the event. And that gets you in. Now, if you want to be a spectator, I think you can park outside the parking and come in and check them out. And if you're going to do that, Saturday's a day to do that because the other days there's a lot of drives. Now, the $100 gets you in, get you a free T-shirt, to get you some food, to get you some raffle tickets to win some stuff. I've won some stuff there with just 3 raffle tickets. Anyway, but there's going to be some evening stuff going on this year. So they have a Friday night food. They're doing a chili cook-off, and then they're also doing a live band that night.
Oh,
that's cool.
That is.
So Friday night will be fun. But then also a lot of the different, and they're not actually running them. It's the different Bronco clubs that run the different drives. So you can go out. They're also doing Battle of the Broncos. $20 to enter that, so that your $100 doesn't get you entered into that. And that's Saturday from 10 to 2. So they just do it at that time. I want to see, since I'm not paying to get in because I'm going to be a vendor. I'm paying to be a vendor if I can still put my Bronco into the Battle of the Bronco. With the graphics and everything, I got to try, right?
Probably.
Anyway, but that's going on. So Saturday, Wednesday through Saturday, it says 8 to 5. Looks like in here, vendors are supposed to start at 10 a.m. I think I saw that somewhere, but there's kind of information, just basic information on it. There's some of the clubs that are coming. So Colorado Broncos, Broncos of Texas. I'm honorary member. I don't know. You don't pay any membership dues, but I'm kind of Broncos of Texas. We went out with them on an event not too long ago. That was a lot of fun back in, March. And then Colorado Bronco Divas are going to be there. Colorado Bronco Owners Club, mach-e Bronco Club, sporting their hat right here. Becca, she's kind of the president of that club, and so they're going to actually be right across from where we're going to be. So we're going to be right beside the Ford Performance booth. So there you go. Black Hills Bronco Owners, San Antonio Broncos, and Team Bronco Ambassadors. Also, it says in there. Anyway, that'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, and then up here they have some drives, and they don't have the drives listed in here because you go to the different clubs to get signed up for the drives.
Okay.
It's how they do it there. Instead of just lining up. So you go and get signed up because a lot of them will have maximum, because these trails, you've been up there in Colorado, these trails are kind of tight sometimes. And so you don't want to have too many. So they will they'll put a limit on it. So like our drive, I really don't want to have more than 6 Broncos along. But we're going to be taking a trail that isn't really on the trail guide.
Yeah.
So that'll be kind of cool. And I've driven it twice now, so I'm good. We're good to go on this one. But so on Wednesdays, a lot of the drives will start at 8:30. They'll line up and start going. The event tent will be open at 8, but it does say vendor setup is 10 to 5. So people that don't go on the drive can check out vendors and all that. And especially if you want to do an install, some of the vendors will do it while they're out on drive. People out on drive. So if you want to do that, check out some of the vendors. And you can do that, set that up for like Thursday, Friday, and that kind of stuff. I think that there were some people that did that last year where they talked to them on Wednesday and then they set up installs for Thursday or Friday. And anyway, so you have that. And there is going to be a night ride on Wednesday night, which is cool. We won't be there in time for that. But there's also a night ride, it says, and I don't know who's leading these and what they are, but I think last year they did a 10 Cup night ride. But they're doing one Thursday night as well. So we'll have to get that. We're hoping to get information on some of the stuff. I had a source that was supposed to get me the official stuff. And I don't know if she did. Let me see. Let's see if we do that. But anyway, and then Friday, they're doing, of course, more drives. Everybody went the Colorado one. There's so many drives, not just destination, but off-road drives. That's what everybody is really doing and is up to. There you go. I don't have that from that person here yet. So we'll just keep looking. And then chili cook-off on Friday night, along with the live music and everything from 6 to 9. So that'll be fun. And then Saturday is the big show day where everybody hangs out. Vendors go and start up earlier, 9 a.m. to 3. That's pretty much the only time we'll probably be set up, because usually by 10 we're probably going to go. We're going to go on drives on Thursday and Friday. So
Yes.
My son Jeff is coming, who does all of our pictures, thumbnails for the channel, a lot of our short editing and stuff. He does a lot of that for us. So it's a team between Jeff, your brother, you, and me. And so Sarah got to go to the dunes.
Yep.
Which is your speed, and Jeff's going to get to go on this one with me. And so that way he'll be there. And so first time going, not really first time off-roading, because he went in Moab, but we're going to take him to Tin Cup. So we're going to go do Thursday. We're just going to do a fun drive, and I wasn't planning on anybody joining us. So we're going to make some stops. We're going to see the chipmunks. We're going to, do that trail. We're going to stop. We might actually hit another trail when we get done with Tin Cup, depending on time. We might do Slaughterhouse Gulch as well in reverse, and that kind of thing. And we'll have a lot of fun with that. Yep. And then Friday's the day we're going to do I don't know what it's called because the trail doesn't have a name. So
it's the Bryan Trail.
I'm calling it the back way, Cumberland Pass back way. We'll get up there and
Bryan's secret
way,
secret tunnel.
And the reason is that in that area there's a lot of private property.
Yeah.
So you kind of need to know where you need to go, but it's basically it's what do they call those, county roads? It's an access road, because a lot of those people that have area houses and stuff in there, they go that way. But there's an old mine we're going to go by and check that out. And then if you've been to Cumberland Pass, what you see up there's a part on the back
road
side
that Bryan took us through that to go back to Tin Cup that one time.
No.
Okay.
No, we did. That was Cumberland Pass with all the switchbacks.
Yeah.
Yes, we did that, but was not.
What
that
did
part.
we take to get up there?
We took.
We did Hancock.
Okay, because when we came out, we could have gone left to Pitkin, right? But
yeah.
Instead, we went the other. We went right, and that takes you up to the top of Cumberland Pass.
So which is that, Hancock or Tin Cup?
Which one that we did?
Yeah.
So we came out of Hancock.
It
ends on the road that goes to Pitkin, but then also goes up to Cumberland Pass.
Okay, so we took Hancock to Cumberland Pass.
And
took that through.
And then you come back down, and then you go into
Tin Cup.
Yes, and then you ride into Tin Cup.
Okay.
And so
and then you keep going and you find the mine.
But where the trail we're going to do does a little bit different than Cumberland Pass, where you're kind of up there where that sign is.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's another side of that you don't see, because it's like you got to go up the hill and over, and you can go that way and go over to that if you wanted to. But we'll come out at the top of it's more of a straight up the hill type of thing instead of going back and forth.
Okay.
So it'll be fun. So in fact, let's kind of show that, if I can get this to work here, and kind of show you some of the photos from this weekend and some of the videos that we did, kind of showing you kind of what that looks like for those that want to. We got any comments about any of this?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay.
Although Mike M says, money for a couple of energy drinks for your trip to Colorado.
Oh, thanks. Yep. Barb's going to the store today. All right. Now I think I can get this. That's how I do it. I want to get the audio to work. To do that, I have to do this. So let's go ahead and do this video. And let's add it. It should work here.
I like rock crawling, but at the same time, I really prefer the dunes.
The dunes. So that's kind of an idea. This is part of it, of the trail going up, and it's kind of the you can kind of see the rockiness, but it's kind of like that most of the way there. But yeah,
I mean, it's a good workout to ride up those trails. You mean your core needs to keep you centered so you're not going all over the place.
So that is
great workout.
So by the way, that is one thing that we kind of joked a little bit because Brian and Melissa, they're used to this, and so they've just like taken off and going a little bit faster than we're used to, because like one of the things that like for us, we'll take it a little bit slower, and on that trail we will do that. We'll take it a little bit slower. Because I told them, I said Barb didn't like hitting her head on the window, so we had to slow down a little bit. But no, I mean, when it gets into some rocky stuff, I will slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
And for one, I don't want to leave anybody behind, and they didn't leave us behind,
right?
At any means. But there was a pretty good gap between. You can see that the in front of us was the Strop Bronco between them and us.
The other part of it is that there's time. Most of the time, I just want to take off and go, and you can't do that rock crawling.
No.
It's called rock crawling for a reason. You are literally crawling.
Yep. So you're going like 5 to 10 miles an hour, right? So think about that. You're getting 7 miles in 1 hour. Anyway, so there is kind of the area. Also, if people are going to come with us too, you got to know that it is pretty narrow. The trees are right up. There's some areas where you will hit the limbs.
Good
will
thing
come
you
by
got
you.
the expel put on.
So there is some of that. So I will almost guarantee you that if you go through that, there's going to be some areas where the not branches, but the limb, the leaves, and you can see what they are. They
might have a little bit of pinstriping.
Yes. So you're aware of that, of what you're getting into before you go there.
Striping.
That's the way it's going to be. But it will be a cool time anyway. But there, when you come out of the trees, there's kind of the view that you're going to get, some of the views there, and we get up to the top. So Cumberland Pass is down that way,
right?
So it's kind of down off to the side. That's at 12,000 feet. That's a lot higher. So you're actually going this way to that peak. Now you'll see there's two different ways to go, and I haven't decided which way we're going to go yet. Because to the right is going to be easy, but look how narrow it is. It's narrow. You're going to go that way. I don't think it's considered one way, but going straight ahead gets us to a little more technical stuff. And depending on who's going and what their comfort level is on off-roading, will just dictate whether or not we go that way. But you can kind of see some of the photos that I take.
I love that.
Yeah. You get to a point where right there, she couldn't tell where the road was going. She could see them. So luckily we were close enough to them that we could see. But look at the view of those on that side of the mountains that you don't see. But then you come over that hill and you kind of see this. I can just
see you taking these with your dash cam going, take picture.
Yeah.
Take picture.
Our dash cam, you tell it to take picture and it does it. And that's exactly how these pictures happened. But then you come down to this, and this is where kind of some of the technical gets. And you can see Melissa's down there and Brian kind of leading them through a little bit. So in fact, I think I have a video about this time on this to kind of show you what that is like, because I was down there and Barb was driving, so Melissa was guiding us down, and so I had her kind of show me kind of how she was guiding people, because I was trying to decide whether or not I was going to do it. So here's this.
4 doors, you're a little bit longer wheelbase.
Yeah.
So keep her straight for a little bit longer. Now I start to turn a little. Yep, it's close.
Is that the hat I think it is?
Yeah.
One second there.
It's a good looking hat.
And then over here, I'm just trying to keep them over here. But we don't want to turn her too high too soon. Okay, keep holding that line. Keep coming forward. You start to turn towards me. Start to turn. There you go. More turn.
Got a little wheel lift there.
Back tire. Don't rock when you float. Just nice and steady.
So there she was saying don't rock. So we learned kind of a technique which we hadn't used before, because sometimes a lot of times there we're just using the left, like our foot on the brake, and then letting go of the brake and allowing it to go forward a little bit. And we learned from her, I was like, so how do you get to not doing that? And it's basically left foot braking. right? So you keep your foot on the left foot and use your right foot to give yourself a little momentum going down the rocks, because then you don't do the rocking. It's more solid, it's more fluid, and you can keep going. So anyways, and then you can see your graphics right there. Don't they look great in the mud?
Covered in mud.
Covered in mud. Anyway, so that's kind of one of the obstacles there. So and then yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
I also feel like rock crawling is for those that don't mind the heights, don't mind not being able to see in front of you.
Yeah, so that's kind of the view there of the next obstacle, which isn't really too bad, just going down through there. It's just because even she kind of leads you. In fact, I have a video of how she just kind of leads us along. So it's funny because there's a second trail right beside it. So let me show you this. It's really funny. I just walked along while she drove down it. So I'm on the other trail doing the video on it while she's going down. So I'm walking down and she's driving down there. But that one's not. You can see we're going a little bit faster. You can get down there, and she's still kind of spotting a little bit left and right. But that one's not too bad. But that first one was the one I was a little more concerned about. And then I think there's another one after that.
As they're coming down, there's not only trust in the person guiding you to make sure that you're hitting the right points, but also the person in coming down, making sure that they actually know that they're going to stop.
Yeah, right. Don't need to hit me. Don't hit me. But yeah. So, and then of course when you get down there, you get this. You get down to the pass eventually, and yeah. So then you get. If I can get it right. So I got to keep going back and forth. I don't like this, but that's the way it is. There you go. So the three of us down there, and you'll meet all kinds of people. We were down there talking for probably 30 minutes to people from side by sides because they saw us coming down. Like from down there, you can see us coming down that hill.
Yeah.
And we came down this, and they were like, "Oh, you came down that with that, and this and that." And we're like, "Oh yeah," and which is kind of cool. But yeah. So that's fun. And I don't remember when we were, no, we didn't, I didn't go with you, but like last year when Henry and I went, I put my sticker on the sign and it's not there anymore. So you take the stickers down. A lot of people put stickers on there and everything. I thought that was the thing to do. And well, I don't think they like it. So I won't do it again. But yeah, anyway. So, all right. I do have one fun video that I put on social media that we'll play in a little bit. We also had a little fun in some of the water, not on that trail, on a different one on a Slaughterhouse Gulch, and actually that one's in Abbeville. We might actually remember how we went back to Abbeville.
Yeah,
in that area, the mines. If we have time, we'll go back on there as well with the people that come along, and then there's some water there right now, so we might go through that. So, there any questions?
Nope.
All right, so well then let's play that video. I really think it's funny. So, you saw it's the one I showed you earlier.
Oh yeah.
So we had a little bit of fun in the water. So Barb really likes to go fast through the water, and I was actually driving at this point right here.
Pretty deep. Should we test it?
Come on.
Ryan talked me into it. Actually, kind of pushed me a little bit there.
Woohoo!
It's pretty deep.
And muddy. I wonder where mud came from.
They told us that night that they were like, well, we can always pull them out if we have to. Thanks.
Go.
Nice.
Get him. Get him.
So we tried splashing this drop Bronco. William and Heather.
That baby is driving.
We thought it was funny, and they're just like, what are you doing?
We had fun.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, we had a little fast stuff going on. I didn't show you the stuff through the water back and forth through Slaughterhouse Gulch. You would enjoy that part. Your mom did enjoy it a lot. We went back and forth about 4 times. She went through. There's like 4 different spots you can go through. She went through each one of them. So some of you had to go a little slower than others, but yeah, she went through all of them. But yeah, that was Of course, a lot of fun. But anyway, yep. So, yep, we'll do that. So, anybody wants to know where that spot is? Well,
Yeah.
I could take them through it on when we go up there. But it didn't
Yeah.
take us long to go up. I mean, it's actually on its way. It's on the way from Tin Cup to Taylor Park
Okay.
is Abbeville.
Right.
Off to the side, and you go back in there, and there's an old mine back there. So you can go back, and there's some old cabins back there too. And then you go back and turn around, and then come out, and then that's where you hit that. So
Yeah.
Anyway, nobody, no little talk about the event?
Rockabye Baby on the hilltop. And no water like that, like what you went through last year in that lake.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
We'll go through Thursday. Jeff and I we're gonna go do Tin Cup and come down through Mirror Lake. But this year, see, we did Mirror Lake in July, and it wasn't as much water
in September.
Yeah, and you like last July when we went, it was a lot deeper. This July it wasn't near as deep, and they also now they have actually poles so people can stay on the road. So people
Yes.
still went off though. I mean, so we'll see what it looks like this year, but it depends on rain too. Like the reason like a lot of them had puddles like that because it had rained like for like a day, the day before.
Yeah.
And so there were a lot of them that had puddles and stuff. So anyway.
Yep. Is Supercell East or West bigger in terms of turnout?
East is bigger. So West will probably have 400 Broncos there. Whereas East is about over 1,000, right?
Yeah.
And most of the older Broncos that you see at the West aren't like they are. Tennessee is more their show Broncos or whatever, right? But on the West, it might be older Broncos, but they're going to go take those out on the trail. Like when we actually dropped off our camper, they're going to let us leave it on the rodeo grounds until tomorrow. And there were old Broncos there going out and pre-running the trail that they're going to take the old Broncos on. So they were heading out. There were like 3 old Broncos there. So, but yeah, it's I feel like West it's people that want to go. They want to go hit the trails. They want to go off. Tennessee, you have people going over to Windrock, but I mean Colorado, it's every single day.
Yeah,
you're going out on different trails. I mean, there's so many of them around Buena Vista between Hancock Pass and Tin Cup. All the American Flag Mountain. There's all kinds of them. I mean, we found a cross mountain we did last year. We did.
I feel like isn't Tennessee more long-standing?
Yes, Tennessee was the original one.
Right. So, like, I even talked to some people that are from Colorado with a Bronco that have no idea about this event in Colorado. And so Tennessee's been around longer, so they've had longer to build up their attendance.
Yeah.
So I think eventually Colorado might get to that point where they have that many people turning out, but it's newer still, and so you don't have as many people showing up.
Yeah. And the whole goal, the reason they started these other locations was so that people like in California didn't have to drive clear to Tennessee to go to one of these events. But one of the things that I found out last year or last couple of years, you were there 2 years ago too, the vendor, there's not as many vendors. Like Tennessee is the event, and I think it's because a lot of those vendors are on the East Coast. And like so if you want modifications and you want to see what can be capable and what other companies are out there, Tennessee is the one you go to. The one in March, April, whenever it is, the one in Tennessee, that's the one to go to if you want to see modifications and what you can do to your Bronco. The one in Colorado, usually the only vendors that are there are ones that are maybe more Midwest based. Like there'll be some Texas ones there and there'll be some East Coast ones there, but it's a little far for the Tennessees. For the East Coast of vendors to be there. So you won't see IAG there typically, and you won't usually see like Mountains to Metal there. Some of those won't be there. But I think Diabolical was there last year. And I don't know. I'm kind of thinking some of the DV8 might have been there. But anyway, so you have some, and I don't think they do as many installs, but it's really like at Tennessee, there'll be destination drives, right? We did, Parsons Branch, that. There'll be those. But even when those people go out on those drives, there's still like half of the people still around hanging out at the show. But at Colorado, by 9 o'clock, there's nobody around.
Yeah.
They are gone. Because last year we didn't go on any of the drives that they had in the program. I was like, I just want to go on a small drive. We did 3 drives the year before. I kind of know some of these. Let's go do some of those. And then Brian's like, hey, let's go out. Once everybody was gone, about 10 a.m. we're like, let's go. So we went out and did a different trail a little bit later. Once everybody left, we're like, wow, this really is like nobody. And so we left at 9:30 or 10, and we did a different trail. We did Cross Mountain and some other stuff. So now I've done enough different trails that now I just feel like I can just go out and we'll just, small group. Let's go, 3-4 of us, and let's have some fun. Last year it was when Brian took us to Cross Mountain. It was us. There was a Ranger Raptor that went, and then Bill and Derek Stidham went. Bill and Heather went, and Mike went as well.
Yes.
Can't think of his last name. He's got the Heritage Edition. Anyway, he went as well. I don't know if he'll be there this year, but and then Henry didn't go to that one. But then we decided the next day we want to go out on our own. And that's when I was given the trail that we're going to take this year. Brian told me about last year. And so Henry went with us. And then since we thought we were going to need a rear locker, which really, to be honest, on that trail, we did not engage a rear locker, I don't think.
Okay. So Ellen Fan wants to know, does a Bronco Sport
Badlands
SAS have a chance at making it through those trails you've just shown?
Yes. I think the one that we're going to do, you would not have an issue going through that.
Yeah.
In fact, you're probably better off because you're narrower. I mean, the one that we did, at Badlands Sasquatch, you were kind of having any issues getting up that trail that we did or coming down. Yeah. No, I don't think so. You're not going to, and you probably, that trail that we're going to go on, and really 10 Cup, we had Bronco Sports. Did they do 10 Cup with the Bronco Sports? I think they did. I think there were some Bronco Sports that went along.
So we didn't, the year that you and I went, I don't think we had any Bronco Sports actually join us, because Melissa said if we have Bronco Sports coming with us, we are going one direction through the trail. But if we do not, we're going to take a different way. Yeah.
Because I remember when we did Hancock, they said that was not a Bronco Sport trail.
Right.
Because of the clearance.
But then after that, she had different ways.
Because I think we did 10 Cup that last day, and they said that was a Bronco Sport trail.
Yes, but we ended up not having any.
No, we didn't, but that would have been a trail at Bronco Sport. So there's the one we're going to do, you could take a Bronco Sport on it. And I got to think back because I don't want to get some of Bronco Sport on there and get them stuck or anything. But
you'd have Brian in the area to ask.
But yeah, definitely.
Consider.
Going up, you saw that's as rough as it was. And yes, clearance wise, what you might be concerned about the most, but I don't think in any of it that you'd have any issue of what we had. And we come out to that clearing, and it might be the difficulty is that the Bronco Sports may have to go to the right and take that trail around.
Oh yeah.
And not be able to go down that trail. That might be the only difference. So, but yeah, there's several trails in Colorado you could do with a Bronco Sport. So definitely, especially you'd want a Badlands Sasquatch, regular Bronco Sport, maybe or maybe not. But
have you ever been up Pikes Peak? It's only 14,000.
Yes. Yep.
So funny thing, Mom and Dad haven't been up it together.
No, we haven't.
So Mom went up with my sister when they were doing, was it the Spina Bifida get together?
Mm-hmm.
The Spina Bifida get together. They went and did that.
Yep. And
then we went together the year that I went to Colorado.
Yep, 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah, and we talked about that. We'd like to go up that. She goes, because her capability is a lot of
Well, she went up that in a Lincoln.
MKT.
The MKT.
Back then. And the difference is coming down, she was real nervous. But, going up there are some drop-offs, right? So it can be a little nerving for somebody that doesn't like heights, and your mom doesn't like heights. But now that we've done the trails in Colorado, she's a totally different person. She probably wouldn't be a big deal at all to her. In fact, there was a section that we did coming down on Cumberland Pass that we did that last year, or before she did the off rodeo, and she did not like it. You're too close to the side, that kind of thing. But now she's been driving them and everything. you know, like
Is
this,
it
yeah,
difficult
it's
to
just
breathe on Pikes Peak? So with my asthma, it was difficult. In fact, they have like a visitor center and they have stairs, and he needed to go get his jacket and I think your wallet, or whatnot. And so he went back and it was like, I'm not taking those stairs until we are ready to leave, because I know I'm going to have to stop halfway up and take my time going up these stairs.
they say you want to drink more water than you normally would
Yes.
at altitude, and that it affects everybody differently.
Yep.
You know, and a lot of time it's just thinner air. So, like the normal pace that I walk, you know, I like to I walk fast. I can't walk that fast up there in Colorado at 12,000, 14,000 feet, because a lot of the ones like Cumberland Pass is 12,000 feet, Pikes Peak is 14. I mean, a lot of I think Tin Cup's like 12 or something. But definitely it affects you. It can affect everybody differently.
Mike Kim says it was hard for me to breathe in Los Alamos near Santa Fe. That's only 7. Now, Los Alamos near Santa Fe, that's New Mexico, I think.
I'm not sure.
New Mexico, I think that's more of like a desert dry air, which I can tell you a desert dry air is much different than the mountain air. Mountain air is crisp with a tiny bit of humidity. Up that high, it's more crisp than humid, but not super, super dry.
Yeah, it'll be cold. Like
it's a winter dry.
Jeff hasn't gone to Colorado with us, and he said, "So what do I need to wear?" I said, "Everything." So you need you need to
for everything.
Like we'll be down there because Buena Vista is 9,000 feet.
Yeah.
I know the campground that we're at is a little higher above Buena Vista that we stay at,
but
and
even
it's
then,
it's over
you
9,000.
put on a jacket in the morning, and then by like 9 a.m., 10 a.m., you're taking that jacket off because you're hot. As you're off-roading, you're hot. But then at night, you're getting into the lows and you want a coat.
Yep. So that's what I told him. I said,
bring everything.
Take shorts, but also take jeans, and then also take a sweatshirt, and then take
sweats.
It was, I'm telling you, it was cold at night. That when we were down in Taylor Park, that was at 10,000 feet when we stayed there. And it was like in the evenings, it was cold. I'm like, I wish I had my coat because I had sweatshirts and I had my rain jacket that I got in Maine, by the way. Remember that, Bridgeview? I have that over my sweatshirt, and I was still a little cold. I'm like, man, my
even when we were up in Michigan, like at night, I was like, this sweater is not warm enough. But I get cold just sitting there.
Anyway, so we'll have some fun. And it looks like Friday night we won't eat at the thing because my son's got a beef allergy, so very rare. But we will not be doing the chili cook-off, right? But we'll probably go get something to eat and come back and enjoy some music and hanging out with people, but for a little bit, and then we'll see. We're not going back until Sunday. So the events like 3, they do the awards at 3:30 and all that. We'll hang out with people, and then we'll pack up in our stuff and everything. But we're gonna hang out. We might actually do a night ride Saturday night. We might do 4 Mile Rim or 4 Mile, not Rim, 4 Mile area, that little loop. Yeah, we might do that as a night ride on Saturday night.
I think it's actually called the 4 Mile Loop.
4 Mile area or something. I don't know. We'll probably do that. So we'll probably get him another trail and do that and have some fun there. Either that. Ooh, I got a better one. So I like your mom and I found a trail that we did up from the BV Overlook. Mm-hmm. You go back up towards where you go back to Colorado Springs a little bit, and there's this trail that goes in there. And it's not really difficult for a while, but then there's a couple areas I did have to spot. And you come up above Buena Vista even more, and you kind of see not the area, not Johnson City. Are you sure
that's not 4 Mile?
No, it's on the other side. You go the other way. Okay. Instead of seeing over Buena Vista, you go the other way, and you're actually seeing over where the people come in for the river and the kayaks and stuff. So you're going further down the road, the highway, towards like where you go to Tin Cup or St. Elmo. You come out down there. Okay. So you come out like about 5 miles down that road that takes you to St. Elmo. So we might do that one. That might be a good night one. I'm pretty
sure that's 4 Mile.
It's the other direction. So when you go up the highway, right?
Yeah.
4 miles to the left. This is to the right. It's not 4 Mile.
Oh, so
I know the name of the trail. I can't think of it on top of my head, but
okay.
Yeah, it's the other way, and it's not difficult. It's it's probably a blue or whatever, but it's not real difficult. But there's a couple technical areas on it. But that'd be in. I think we did that in like an hour and a half or 2 hours.
Yeah.
So that's one we could do at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and be done by 7. That type of thing.
Yeah.
And that might be a fun one to do. So anyway. So maybe if people want to do that, we do that with them. But anyway, yeah. It'll be fun. I always enjoy it. We're kind of Colorado's now our thing to do. Like what we've went up in July. Now I'll go back twice this month, and yeah.
Technically,
always
you
fun.
went in August.
Yes, right. August and September. Then
Yeah.
we came back in September though.
Technically, you've been up there in July, August, and now September. So
I'm a big like if I'm going to go drive somewhere and go someplace, I'm one of those people that if I'm going to drive a day to get there and a day back and I spend 2 days driving, I need to be there at least 3 days. That's kind of like my thing is like, I need to be there more days than it takes me to get there and back.
Lebo's thing is if he's going to take a day to drive somewhere, we better not have anything planned in the car at all. It all needs to be out of the car.
So now this last one, we drove a day, spent 2 days there and drove a day back. So that was that's probably the shortest trip I've taken there. But it was a lot of fun. So,
although I will say, I don't think he likes off-roading because the car is almost an unknown variable. Whereas when he hikes, it's him.
Yeah.
So he likes hiking. Our sons like hiking. They like I prefer mountain climbing. See, if I'm walking or I'm hiking or I'm doing something on foot, hiking or climbing is where I like to do it.
So
not hiking.
See, was there an announcement today? Where would we find that announcement?
I know I saw one of them post on Instagram. Well, let me see if Ford posted there.
We'll have to see.
Ford? I do not see a post from Ford pertaining to this.
We'll see. I don't know. Yeah.
There. I know Melissa wrote a article.
Let's see if we get this up here.
I'm pretty sure Melissa wrote one.
So, Rebel Rally. Ford returns to Rebel Rally with 5-truck team for... Oh, that's 2024.
Oh. Here. Melissa wrote one already. Bronco Nation 2025. Nope. Conquers. Okay. That's by Bronco Backy. Can you go search?
And this is October of last year. So.
Oh, because that was the 2025 Bronco Sport.
Anyway.
Wait.
Here, 10th year.
There you go.
Oh, this on Facebook. That may not come up. Our Facebook's slow.
The internet here does not like it. Let me see if I can find Melissa's.
And go. Anyway, there we go. So there's our teams. 5 all-female teams: stock Broncos and Ranger Raptors. So this is, by the way, this is a 10-year anniversary.
Yes.
To Rebel Rally. It's the 15-year anniversary of the Raptor. Do you know that? So if you look, every team is going to be driving a Raptor, including Melissa Clark, believe it or not, which I kind of knew this a while back. So team 132, Bailey Campbell and Sedona Blinson. You have team 199, follow them, Melissa Clark and Catherine Reinhart. So they teamed up last year. Team 150, Shelby Hall and Rory Lewis, which actually thought they were on their own this year. But anyway, and then team 188, Laura did you find it?
I did.
And Penny Dale. And then you have team 131, Carissa Hayden and Trista Smith. Now, so those are the Ford Performance teams. They're going to be in Ranger Raptors, Bronco Raptors. Is there an F-150 Raptor back there?
There's only 5.
But they are also supporting and partially some of the privateers, I understand,
Yes.
including some privateers that are doing Bronco Sports this year.
Right.
So, which is pretty cool. So anyway, but there you go. So, and I actually did see Melissa's. I think this is it right here.
Yep, that one's it.
So that's it. So that one there on the right is the one she'll be running. So there you go.
That's the picture I want for my interview thumbnail.
So we got an interview with not all these teams, right? Do you, Melissa and Catherine? You have an interview
she's
coming up.
no longer team 200. She is team 199.
Because I think when you start getting the 200s, it's the cross
Yes.
division. So anyway, so there you go. Yep. So she'll be in the 4x4 class for the first time in a long time.
And this is Catherine's third year in the 4x4 class, 4th overall. And this is her 10th year and 6th year in the 4x4. So Melissa's been in the X Cross for 4 years. This is her 6th year in 4x4, but 10 years overall.
Yep.
So she's done it every single year.
Yep. She's done 4x4 class before. I think every year she's won, though. It's been in the cross.
Yes.
Right, in the Bronco Sport. So that'll be interesting. But she was talking to me about the Bronco, the Raptor.
Maybe I want that one.
He said, and that Raptor just wants to race. It just wants to go. Like it just like the dunes, just look out. It just wants to go. And she loves racing the dunes, so she will not.
I messaged her. I said, I understand why you love the dunes so much.
So
okay, that's the one I want.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So
they got special helmets and everything.
There you go. So anyway, yep. So it'll be good this year. So we'll see how that goes. And yeah. So, but yeah, there. That by the way, her Bronco Raptor will be at Supercell, Colorado. So at the Ford Performance.
Wait, no, not Becky.
That's not Becky. I don't know. They don't think they have a name for that one because it's So I think they just get to borrow it. But so yeah, that one there that she's gonna be racing will be there. And they'll probably have it to where the passenger side's facing out. For what I think because the driver's side I think is missing a fender flare. Anyway, but yeah, that'll be there at Supercell in Colorado. So check that out. In fact, our booth will be right next to their booth. So Ford Performance will have a booth. Ryan and Melissa will be there, and Brad Level might end up showing up over there, from what I understand. And then I think Wayne will be there with those, maybe one of his Strop Bronco. So yeah, because he's got a stock Strop Bronco, and he might be there with an older Strop Bronco. We'll see. And then I know Baja Bronco Club will be across from us. So you see Ford Performance, we'll be right next to them. Like I said, you may not see us there until Saturday. Definitely will be there set up Saturday. I think the goal is probably to go, Thursday morning to kind of put our tent in a location, but we won't have it up because of the wind. So we'll probably have it laying down. We'll probably have everything out there though. We'll be beside them. And then Saturday be a day we'll definitely be set up, but we'll probably go out there and hang out in the morning, each morning. And then in the evening as we get back, just to kind of see how people's days went and everything else like that. So if you want to find us, hang out with us. Now, I will say this. If you do want to go on the drive with us on Friday, then we will be, probably be there Friday morning at our booth. That's where we're going to meet up for that. And probably going to tell people you probably need to message me through Messenger, through Instagram. Because I want to kind of keep the number, and if you want to go and definitely want to go with us, then let me know, so that we can make sure we have you down and everything. But we'll keep the numbers pretty low. So anyway, on that, so it's I found that it's just a lot of fun if you have a smaller group. For one, you won't have like a lot of stopping. Like we on the way up there on that trail, I mean, we will not stop. We will stop. There's a gold mine we're going to go by, and we'll stop there. People need to hit the facilities or anything like that there, or switch drivers. That's a good location. We'll stop there and switch drivers, and then we'll go up. We'll go all the way up to the top. We'll pull off, and we'll eat lunch there, and then we'll have bring your sack lunch and everything else like that, or whatever you'd have. Bring your lunch with you in the Bronco. We'll eat there, and then we'll go on up to the sign, and then we'll come on to take the switchbacks down. So it'll be a good couple stops on the way up, but So it'll be kind of like that. So because it's about an hour over to Taylor Park, and then probably up to there, another hour or two. So if we leave about 10, we should be getting to the top about noon or so, and then coming back down. And then depending on time is when we'll decide if we go to the cemetery, which is the Tin Cup Cemetery, which is kind of cool, and then also Abbeville. So we'll decide that. But if people want to just head back, then they can from there. But we should still get back by 4:00. So I'd assume. So anyway, I think we did that day that we did that. We were actually at Taylor Park, so it's a little different. But we left at about 8 a.m. But we also did a trail before that. Which takes about an hour, and so we chatted with some people there as well as we were finishing up. And so we were probably doing that probably an hour and a half, and we left at like 9 a.m. And so we did that. And then we did that trail, and we still were up there. We're eating at noon. So, and figure that if you take that hour off of the hour going over Cottonwood Pass, then that makes up that 1 hour that we did that trail. So we should be at the top. And then when we came down, we did Abbeville, and then we got back to Taylor Park by 4 o'clock.
Yeah,
I think so. Then so we should be back by 5.
Okay.
Back. So I think that's a good day, and I think time wise that ought to work out about right, about the same.
Yeah.
So anyway, that'll be fun. So
I need to get your promo box put together for you tomorrow.
we got most of it right here.
I know.
So
just go through it, make sure everything's good.
Yep. So we'll be heading out tomorrow. So we'll see y'all there, and whoever's going to be there. So I know Bird Dog Overlands or Off-Road's going to be there.
Yep.
You can tell that I've been watching him for a while because Bird Dog Overland is what I remember, but he'll be there. I did see that. He said, see you there. I know that Amy and Mike Clouds are going to be there. I saw on their social they're headed. So with their Broncos, so they're going to be there. Yeah. So of course Brian and Melissa will be there, and Brian. I don't think Bronco Nation's going to be there though this year.
Yeah.
I don't know. There might be somebody from Bronco Nation there, but I don't think they're going to have a booth or anything. They're not going to have their merch set up.
Okay.
So, from what I understand. So anyway, so there you go. But that'll be fun. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Anything else? Questions or anything?
I don't have any other
Not tonight?
questions. Nope.
Yep. All right. Well, anyway. Okay. Well, I got my Mile High Bronco Club hat. Might need to get another one. They make it different colors, but I do like these. They're very comfortable. But anyway. All right. Nothing else?
He said don't start until he's done cleaning. He's done cleaning now. That you were a little quiet tonight.
All right. Anyway. What's this? All these
Points and vistas are due west of Colorado Springs. Yes. That is right.
Yep. Yeah. Buena Vista. Yep.
Buena Vista.
Buena Vista.
You just said Buena.
I did say it wrong. There you go. Anyway, we'll be heading out tomorrow, so we'll get busy. I need to go home and pack up tonight again. I did laundry last night so that I could
Did
pack
you
back
get first
up.
dibs on laundry?
Yes, she said you could do laundry, but she's doing laundry tonight. So, but I did laundry. Jeff did his laundry, and so I think they were headed to the store this evening. So we'll get home. I'll get packed up, get our food packed up and everything, and then we'll. Of course, I got a little extra stuff to pack up for the booth for McArthur, but we're not really selling anything. We just got a booth set up, just letting people know about the channel, about the dealership, and that you can order. 26. We'll be able to take orders. We're gonna have a sign up about that, so we can take your orders if you want. And Colorado's not that far, and so you can come pick it up at the border if you want. Can't ship it into Colorado. That's something you can't do anymore. But
can't even hand over the keys in Colorado.
No. So, but we can meet you at Canorado. That's in the Kansas side. Anyway, so all good stuff. But yeah, we'll yeah, like I said, we're not trying to sell anything. I don't know. Blake had mentioned something about maybe giving away some credit towards parts through us if you wanted to go through aftermarket. So we might have that. So I don't know if we're going to put it in with the raffle or if we're going to have that at our booth separate as a drawing. But yes, we'll have that. But we'll also have some other things like koozies, pins, Ford Video Guy stuff there. Of course, we will be there. I will be there for the patch swap. So if you want me to do any swapping, Sarah, then I can take your stuff too. But so there you go. So we'll be there for that. I don't have any new patches with the new graphics yet. So anyway, but do come by, check out the graphics. That's something that I really want to highlight is that my Bronco there, which would, Wednesday, tomorrow, we'll have a video going live about my build, which a lot of it I got done here at McArthur, because that's kind of what it's about. So that video will go live tomorrow night at 6. So once you get done, anybody there Wednesday, go off-roading, need something to do Wednesday night, get your phone out and watch my video and check out the video of Wednesday about my Bronco build and what I've had done to it. And everything. So the Long McArthur ones, all the different things that Long McArthur helped me with, like the rough country suspension, the rock rails, a bunch of the stuff that we added to it, the graphics, which Long McArthur helped with, and everything. And that graphic was a one of a kind, but you can get a one of a kind through them as well with your own graphic. So talk about it in that. But that graphic was a picture that I gave them and said, I'd like something drawn up like this. I know you can't enlarge this picture to that size. So that is a custom drawing from.
I thought about getting something for my C-Max.
So anyway, definitely got a lot of remarks on it and a lot of people that were saying they liked it. So it's pretty cool. And one person on the trail is like, is that of Taylor Park? Like, yes, it is. So they got it. They saw it. So you can, if you get back far enough, you can see it, because that is that basically what's on the side of the vehicle is what, if you're coming up over Cottonwood Pass, you kind of go up there to the top and then you can look down and you see the lake down below, and that was taken at sunset, and that is basically the image that's on there. So so I think the people in Colorado, especially around that area, will really think that's kind of fun. It's kind of cool. But for us, we've been so many times and we'll continue to go that means a lot to us. I mean, that's that's
why I have a plaque of the topography of Colorado.
Yeah. But
I've grown up going to Colorado with the grandparents camping.
Mm-hmm.
Now I found a new appreciation for it with off-roading. Colorado has a special place in our hearts.
Well, and we spent we did vacation in June and we went someplace new. But in July, we take usually 3 days of off-roading. We'll go there for 3 days, and that's the area we go to every time. I mean, and then we go back for supercells. So the campground we stay at twice a year. They know us pretty well now, and I even know what camping spot I want. I'm like, I want this spot. Is it available? And it's usually available.
You're going to have to go around and take some tent site pictures for me so I can see which ones are. Because
there's one that I think that.
Because I do like the one that we do stay at. It is above the rest of all the other campsites.
Yeah. So I'll show you.
I always like it because of the rock climbing.
I'll show you a picture of where our campsite is, and there's some tent sites just in front of it. And that is the last thing you see before you see everything else. So there's some ones on the edge up there that are probably the best. Probably.
Well, and if it's right across from where you're at, that would be perfect.
Yeah. Not too far. Yep. Anyway, it's a blast. But anyway, so yeah, we definitely enjoy that. And for us, we can, we'll probably need to go down to Oklahoma, because that's not as far. And there's some places in Oklahoma. And if we can find some good places in Oklahoma, then we can get to some of those places. And that's pretty good.
I'm seeing some dunes in the future.
Well, your mom wants to go do the dunes. She thinks she'd enjoy that. The way she likes to go running through the water, she probably would love.
I think her and I would have a lot of fun.
Yeah. So
if I can drive.
So good luck. So anyway, but yeah, she does enjoy riding as well, because when she's driving, she's kind of concentrating on the trail and you don't always see the scenery. So she does enjoy being the
Well,
passenger.
The
and being
dunes
able
aren't
to-
technically about the
No.
scenery. It's just
No,
about
yeah.
playing.
Yeah. So, yep. Anyway, but there you go. All right. Well, those are going to be there. We'll see you there. Hopefully you guys have fun. I don't know if we'll do a recap. I know Jeff, I think, wants to jump. I think he may be more comfortable on jumping on a member live. So we might get next Friday, not this Friday, but next Friday when we get back, we may have Jeff on as a member live and see.
I think he just needs to jump in because he's
Yeah.
done some streaming himself. Like,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's comfortable on the camera.
I think he should just jump into a live
Yep.
stream.
And you probably see him at some of the videos because we'll do some videos there at Supercell. And so
What you do is you go live on Friday with him.
Yep. The only thing is can't guarantee we'll be back by 4 o'clock
No,
here.
you would do it while you're at your
We would
booth.
have to be 3 o'clock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
4 o'clock here is 3 o'clock there.
While you guys
we're
are
not gonna be
doing
back.
while you're doing your booth.
Yeah, we could do that Saturday.
Yeah, do a little stream on Saturday with
Yeah,
him.
we could maybe do that Saturday. Anyway, well, and 2, I'd like to get like Jody on and some people.
Yes.
Right onto and do a video with them.
Yeah.
You know, last time we thought it was difficult to be able to get people, to do a live stream. I think the way that Dave and Kelly did it in Tennessee was the best way of saying we're going to do a live stream at this time and getting a hold of people ahead of time, the day or two before, and say come on over and scheduling it out is the best thing. Of course, that event we did, it was just that one day. So like this, I have a couple days to say hey and get some stuff set up with people. Like Friday night, I could. During the get together and then, and all that, I can say, hey, we're going to do a live stream. But so be looking because we might try to do that. I don't know how good that, again, internet access, right?
It's not the best out there.
It's not the best. We did do a live stream out there though, didn't we?
You did. But you'll have to let me know so I can hop in.
Yeah, you weren't with me.
No, I joined you via here.
That's right. So we did that. Was that just last year? We did that?
It was last year. I opened it up here and I started the stream here. So that way I anchored it.
Yeah.
In case you lost connection.
Yeah. But the connection was pretty good out there.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, Brian and Melissa have a Starlink.
Oh.
Or whatever they call that. I'm thinking about getting one of those. Anyway, they have one of those, so we could use their Starlink.
Yeah.
And connect to. We might do that Saturday. Do a live stream Saturday. We'll find more about that. Definitely check our socials, and if we're gonna do one, we'll post it ahead of time. I'll
hopefully.
Put it, yep. Well, and then I have my thumbnail editor is going to be there, so I can just say, hey, we're going to do this, give me this thumbnail, and he'll have it ready for us. But it probably won't be if we do that, we might be a live stream for everybody, not just members. And then we'll get him in there for that because we can set the camera up, and then I don't know if we'll actually have the chat available, but we'll definitely, if you're going to do that. I don't know if you'll be available for that, but anyway.
Well, just message me and I'll try and be in there.
Saturday will be the time to do that. So anyway. All right. Well, that's it. Hope you guys had an enjoyable time. And yeah, other than that, hope you guys have a great week. And
yeah.
All right. Anything else?
I don't think so.
No parting words. All right. Well, guys, thank you very much for joining us tonight. And hope you enjoyed it. And until the next one, stay positive, be kind to one another,
and be kind to yourself.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.